Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you're ready. I have another really cute spring door round for you tonight with, of course, one of the new transfers from the launch. So come and sit down, hang out, watch for a little while, and I think this might be another quick one. Hopefully, I think it will be. I already pre-painted a couple of the different pieces, so we're not going to be doing that part, but let me get everything together. So I'm going to use part of this palette pack. It's the spring palette pack. Let me just paste this here really quick. Oh, goodness. Well, I thought I had it copied. Maybe not. Here we go. The keyword is bicycle or bike. You can use bike also, okay? We're going to use the Egg Hunt palette pack, which has Eggshell Blue and Peony, which Eggshell Blue is no longer available. Hi, Phyllis. How are you? Hey, Dee Dee. How are you? So first things first, I'm going to use Peony, and I'm going to paint my little words here real fast. Let's see if I can not make a giant mess with this, and I might need to add it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but I suppose I do. I need to get out a color tray. I was hoping that my paste was going to be wet enough that I could not have to do this, but it is a little bit, it's fine for paste, but for painting, not quite the consistency I need. Hi, Sam. How are you? Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Both of my Stephanies are here. Look at that. All right. So what are you up to this weekend? Any big plans? I have to work tomorrow. Boo. Not super looking forward to that, but I also have to fill orders after I get done doing that. And we have company in town right now, so I'm hoping to get some time with her tomorrow and the next day. Today I had to work all day. I was really hoping to get part of the day to hang out with her, but the part of the day that she was here at the house, I was on a call the whole time from 7:30 this morning to like 12:30 in the afternoon. And then when I finally got finished with that, she had left to go run around with some of her other friends in town. But that's okay. We're going to do breakfast in the morning, and I do have to work. And then she's going to go run off with some other friends to go visit while she's here. And then I have orders to fill tomorrow. My goodness, I did not mix this very well at all. I've done a terrible job here. Let's see if I can mix this up a little bit better, shall we? All right. Hey, Joanne. How are you? Enjoying the snow. Oh my gosh. It's already starting to get hot here. I know I'm wearing like a long sleeve shirt, but it's because it's freezing in my house. I'll be wearing a long sleeve shirt all summer long even, because Chris keeps it like an ice box in here. I'll wear a long sleeve shirt with shorts. That's what I'm doing right now in this house, because I'm freezing, but at least I can cover up with the blanket on my legs if I get too cold, which I do. Hey, Cindy. How are you, love? Hey, Laura. Welcome. All right, so I'm trying to paint this with pesto. I said pesto, with peony over here. The word hello, and then I've got the letters for spring here too, which I'll also paint with peony. And then I have a bicycle cut out, y'all. Look at this bicycle. That goes with the floral, it's like Fresh Flowers, I think, transfer is what it's called. So I already pre-painted the bicycle and my round so that I didn't have to put you through that. Because I know it's no fun sitting here watching me paint something just white. So I've been trying to do a little bit more of that pre-painting and prep work so that we can get down to it whenever we're here. Hey, Brooke. How are you, love? Thanks for hanging out with me. All right. So, yeah, I don't have any major weekend plans, but our friend is here. So, we're spending every available moment with her. Dozer is loving it, although he was not happy to be locked in his kennel last night. Because normally, whenever we go to bed, he'll sleep in the kennel a lot of the time, okay? But sometimes I get a little bee in my bonnet, and I'm like, hey, I want him to sleep in the bed with us, even though he's giant. Okay, and a king-size bed gets very small very quickly with 2 adults and a 70-pound, 75-pound dog, okay? But I put myself through the torture on a regular basis because I just love my little baby. And he doesn't really want to cuddle up with us, but he lays in the middle and then he stretches and pushes on us, which is quite annoying. And usually he doesn't bother both of us at night. So it's one or the other. He'll crowd, and one of us usually doesn't sleep very well whenever Dozer sleeps with us. But anyway, so last night he did go in his kennel, but because my friend's here, he could not relax. All night long, he's whining in his kennel, wanting to get out, wanting to go inspect her and bother her. And I'm like, you're not going in there. You're going to leave him alone. Hey, Terry, how are you? Welcome, love. But he didn't want to hear me. So finally this morning, I had had enough. I did not sleep good last night at all because he was whining all night long. And so this morning, probably around, I don't know, 4 or so, he woke me up with the whining stuff. And so I'm like, fine, I'll let you out. You can sleep up here with us. No, immediately he goes running to her room. And of course her bedroom, she had left the bedroom door open. So he thought he was just going to go in there and get in her bed with her and disturb her sleep. Okay. And absolutely no, sir. You're not going to create an unsuspecting victim in this house. Okay. It would have been one thing if the bedroom door was closed, he would have just probably slept next to it because he's so strange. But so luckily I grabbed him before he jumped in the bed and woke her up. But this guy, y'all, Dozer is something else. So then he finally came in our room and rested for another couple of hours. But then I had him like at my hip all day trying to make him stay with me and just quit bugging her. You don't need to be so nosy that you got to go in there and just see what she's doing. I mean, maybe he does, but she does not want you all up in her space. And so he was not happy today that I was micromanaging his nosiness, because we call him Nosy Dozy for a reason, because he is the nosiest little guy. Just all up in everybody's beeswax. Never can leave anybody alone. Hey, Melanie. Always wants to be up in your face, which, you know, is fine to an extent, but come on, man. Not everybody wants you to be directly in their face, like panting, breathing hard, licking them, like, back up. So anyway, it's been an adventure, but luckily she's a great sport. And she's like, oh, he could have come and gotten in bed with me. And I'm like, okay, but he'd have been in your face. And usually whenever I'm sleeping in the guest room, okay, he wants to come in there and he'll like come up to the next to the bed. Because sometimes I'll go in there whenever Chris is snoring real loud and sleep in there just so that I can get a decent night's sleep. Dozer will come in there and nose my face from the side. Because he's so big. He just can stand there and he's face to face with me and he'll just nose me in the face and like smell my face. All right, so these peony letters turn out pretty good. We have our little bicycle, okay? I am gonna chalk on this one, and I don't think that I need to wax this one, okay? So this one's pretty closely, it fits this bicycle pretty perfectly, okay? So I don't know if I need to wax it. Maybe a little. Maybe we'll wax a little. Okay. I'm not going to wax a whole lot. Just on the wheels and maybe on this little basket, but I need to be real careful around the flowers because they are super duper fragile. Okay, so be careful waxing on this thing just because I don't want you to break it. I don't want to break it. All right, here we go. So here's my transfer. Again, with larger ones, I always like to get out my fuzzing cloth and use that to help me not stick it to itself. Okay, I'm gonna set that right there. And I'm just going to lay that right down and just pull it up a time or two, okay? There we go. Now, we have our little cutout here, and I'm gonna try and transfer this over. Now, I guess we can give this a try. I'm about to stick it to itself. Okay, and this transfer fits on this bike just perfectly, okay? So I didn't oversize it at all. I wanted to keep that bike shape. But it literally fits just snug right on here, okay? So just put that down. Make sure you push it down really well. I'm going to use... What color am I going to use? I think I'm going to use purple for this. Okay, this is Wisteria. And I wasn't going to use... So I'm just going to use a single color, okay, on the bike. I wanted something real springy. This palette pack is perfect, okay? If you didn't score these colors whenever they were available in jars, I think that Peach Cobbler is still available on the website. Not for long, though, okay? But you can buy the palette pack and get that eggshell blue. I think I even have a couple jars left in my inventory. So if you're looking for a jar of eggshell blue, just reach out. And I do have a couple jars, okay? So, or you can comment eggshell right here and I can invoice you for it. Now I'm going to try and hurry. My paste is a little bit dry, so I don't want to have this dry in my transfer and mess up my whole thing that I have going on here. I need to add a little bit of water, but I don't have time right now. During my live, and I didn't check it, of course, because what, you know, I think about it afterwards, like, oh, I haven't used that paste in a while, I should probably check it, and then I'm already starting my live, and we've gone down this path too far for me to turn back now, so, all right. But I can just add a little bit of distilled water right to the jar and take my multi-tool and just stir it in real good. And this paste will come right back to life. I just use regular painter's tape, like I think I use Scotch brand. And I just stick it down onto my glass mat. All right, y'all. Look how absolutely perfect that bike came out. I love it with the wisteria. Purple's my favorite color. I'm going to set that right over here because we've got this round and I don't want to jam up my space here. So let me see if I can, oh gosh. Okay, here's my round that I'm going to use. Now I have, of course, my favorite background of all time, y'all. This thing is not even sticking on here anymore. Which is the mini buffalo plaid. I need to just dry this just a little bit. I have a little bit of paint that's still a little wet. I'm not even gonna wax this surface because my mini buffalo plaid is so used. I've used it about 3 million times, okay? I don't have any worry that it's gonna pull up my paint, so I'm gonna just go for it. I'm not even gonna fuzz it. Okay, I'm gonna stick it right down. It's still good though. Put it right down, and as you can see, I've used it many times. It's very well loved. And let me see if I can. But as you can see, it is sticking nicely. I do have some kind of fuzz stuck in it or something, but that's okay. I'll just give it a little character, I guess. That's what I'm thinking about that, okay? Now, I want to use eggshell blue on this because I just love this color, and I think it's so perfect for spring. So I'm going to get a lot on my squeegee, and I'm going to go to town, okay? I'm working quickly. There's not really a good way for me to do paste and peel with this. So I'm going to just try and do it fast. Okay, I don't have a fan on or anything in my room, so whenever you're using a big surface like this, highly recommend that you don't have a fan on because it'll just make your paste dry faster. And you might use a little bit more paste than what you would normally use and then come back and scrape it. So that's what I'm doing. Like after you get done. So just go down the line like that. And pick that paste up afterwards, and then that'll help it not dry so quick, okay? Okay. Here we go. All right, almost done here. And then I'm just gonna quickly go back over and pick up any extra paste that I put down. And there is quite a bit, so there, that's good enough. That's fine. All right, close that up. And then pull. I love mini buffalo plaid. It is my all-time favorite. Look how pretty. Every time. It's so perfect. Every single stinking time. I don't know how we do it. All right, so want to make sure that I dry this really well. Okay, and then we'll start putting this thing together and we'll be good to go. And done. I mean, super simple project tonight. Make sure that you get it really, really nice and dry though, okay? You don't want to smudge your paste or anything like that. It does dry pretty quickly now that we've got these thinner transfers. You really don't put a whole lot of paste down, so it dries really quick. So that's good for a lot of reasons, okay? But like on a big surface like this, it can be dangerous because then your paste can dry in the transfer, and then whenever you go to pull it up, it pulls up all that paste. So you just gotta have a fine balance there. I think we did pretty good here. And my lines are really nice and crisp. For the most part, there's a couple little spots that we've got where it didn't turn out perfect, but it's totally fine. On a buffalo plaid print, I don't mind that at all. Kind of gives it a bit of a weathered look in a way. All right, I think we're good. Now, let me just be sure before I say we're good and then we're not good. Right here. Put my hand down and get a little bit of paste, come back up with it. I think it's more on the edge there, so that's okay. All right, now clean myself up. So oh, this is super cute. I love it. This is so great. All right, now we're gonna just, let's see. And I like buffalo plaid also because I can use it kind of as a guide. for my lining stuff up, you know? There we go. All right. And then, all right, I think we're good. So I can just go ahead, and again, you might want to use a different kind of glue, maybe E6000 even, with hot glue, if you're going to have this on a door that gets sunlight to it, just so it doesn't melt. Okay, we don't really have that problem here, so I'm gonna go right in just with hot glue for now. Okay, then one letter at a time. I do like to pre-place all my stuff. Isn't it pretty? Thank you, Marie. I'm glad you like this. And yeah, this is my favorite pattern, the Buffalo Plaid. It is a solid one that I'll never not like, I don't think. And I'm so happy that they brought it back with the new thinner transfers. And the pattern's repeatable now, which is amazing. So you can easily line it up, because you couldn't before on the previous versions of that Buffalo Plaid. So it was difficult to do something that was larger than 18 inches, because lining that up it wouldn't work along the edge, you know. And now it is repeatable, so that's awesome. All right, here we go. Press that down really well. Y'all, this is super cute. Those colors are great. I'm loving that. So I'm gonna just lay this down. Now, I know I do this every time, and then I say, you know, I should have put the hanger on there before I started, and then I didn't. So I don't know why I don't, but I didn't. Once again, I failed myself. That's okay. So I'm gonna just make sure that's straight, okay, when I'm laying it down. I think that's okay. And then, where's my hanger? This one does come with the hanger. This piece goes in first. Okay, we're just gonna glue that right here. Let's see if I can pull this up so that y'all can see it. Okay, we're gonna glue that down first. We have this other piece with the 2 holes in it. I'm gonna just add a little bit of hot glue to my string. It's just a thick jute. Pull that tight, tie the knot, you know the drill. And then, thank you. Hi, Lori. Happy Friday, indeed. Thank God we made it. Y'all, I didn't realize that today was gonna be Friday yesterday. I was completely screwed up in my days from traveling. I think I get like zoned in, I guess, and I'm just like going through the life and not even realizing what day it is. I asked Chris last night, wait, tomorrow's Friday? And he's like, what? How do you not know? And by the way, that's my job to actually know. That's like part of my role, is to know what day it is. So that's really sad. Look how freaking cute this is. Look at those spring colors. What do y'all think? I hope you love it. You can comment the word bike or bicycle to get all the stuff to make this yourself. I hope you love this. And I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure that you come hang out with me, okay? All right, y'all. Good night. Have a wonderful Saturday morning, and we'll talk soon, okay? Bye.